Today we're talking coffee. We're talking chicory coffee. I'm finishing up a cup here. So I thought it was apropos that I talk about my experience with growing and processing, roasting my own chicory coffee, and then finally getting to that last stage where I am actually enjoying a satisfying cup of chicory coffee. So the bottom line is, I'm going to take everybody back to Cafe du Monde, Mardi Gras. Afternoon cup of coffee with a beignet. I don't know how to make beignets yet, but as soon as I do, I'm going to come back and do another one of these videos. So I wanted to discuss some interesting points about chicory coffee versus regular coffee, because upon growing it, brewing it, roasting it, chopping it, preparing it, making my own coffee, and successfully getting to that point where it's in my mug right now and I'm enjoying it. Chicory has a sweet caramel flavor and a rich, strong coffee taste. It is satisfying. It is caffeine free. There's no caffeine in it. You won't get that from the term coffee. Only refers to the taste of chicory. It is to let you know that it tastes like coffee. So much so that in times where people are having some financial difficulty, they stretch their cup of coffee by having 4 parts chicory root and 1 part coffee bean, because it takes a lot of coffee beans to make a cup of coffee, and about the same amount of chicory root to make a good cup of chicory coffee. So you can just move the chicory over to where you're having 1/5 of the caffeine in your cup. And if you're not addicted to coffee, that might work out well for you. Or you could maybe try to wean yourself off of the caffeine by reducing it, so you don't have the symptoms of caffeine withdrawal that many of us have had at one point in our lives. So that's one benefit of chicory coffee. It doesn't have caffeine. Second benefit is it tastes just like a good, satisfying cup of coffee. If you've ever been to Cafe du Monde in Louisiana and got yourself a cup of chicory coffee, chef's kiss. It is delicious and it is satisfying. And during Mardi Gras, you're not going to wake up really anyway, You're going to exhaust yourself doing everything that you're doing. So you don't need a caffeine boost. You will do it when you do it, So that's how that goes. I think I've gotten off topic, but I'm gonna bring myself back in. Okay. Second, I found out this little discovery in brewing my chicory coffee. I can brew it just like I do coffee. Whatever method you use. I use a French press, and it made a very creamy, rich, dark, sumptuous brew in my French press. And it had one other benefit that is not talked about. Chicory coffee does not get bitter when it's boiled like coffee does. So after I French pressed and got that first sweet brew, I then boiled those same chicory root granules to get another cup of coffee that was even stronger than the first cup of coffee, chicory coffee. And so that I ended up having to dilute that cup to make 2 different cups. So I got 3 cups of coffee from that chicory that, whereas I would have only gotten 1 cup of coffee from a cup of coffee. So the chicory root is intense with flavor. It's very intense with flavor, and you can boil it without it getting bitter. I tried a 3rd cup, which I am having now, and it is equally delicious, but this cup of coffee is not strong. It's just perfect. So those are options that you can do with chicory coffee. So you save a lot more money, because for every ounce of chicory, you get 5 times as many beverages as you would with a cup of coffee. And then there are the various health benefits. Chicory will fight common colds and flus. It'll give you more energy, because it's what gives it the coffee flavor is minerals. So you get all your minerals and your vitamins and that sort of thing that you would get from any other root vegetable, like a soup, and it's sweet and delicious. That's the sweetness comes from the minerals. So, and I don't mean sweet like you won't use sugar. I use molasses, but that's just me. Or if I can't get molasses, then I use cane sugar. I don't think it would be the best with honey. I think the honey flavor would be wrong. But I do believe that you could use maple syrup. I think that would, I have used maple syrup. That was good too. Put a little cinnamon in there, give it a little warming sensation. You know, I just wanted to toss it by you, because it's that time of year where we enjoy a warm beverage, a hot apple cider, a hot cup of tea, hot cup of chicory coffee, a caramel latte. Good stuff, huh? Yeah. I wanted you to know, from my heart. I'm getting to the very end of this cup. And I got a few dregs in here because I brew my coffee. Because I boiled this coffee and then I put it in my French press and tried to press it out. And it doesn't work as well for the pressing part. But the granules are heavy enough, they go to the bottom of the container. So I'm not experiencing the, when you eat a coffee granule, that taste. So maybe because it's a root, it might, and I had to chop it fine, it might be unnoticeable because I'm getting a smooth, satisfying mouthfeel. So I think that's it, For those of you who are so inclined, the seeds are available, and chicory is good food. So God bless you.